A Russian naval officer's body was discovered in his home, frozen to death, according to his relatives. A 60-year-old Russian Navy commander was discovered frozen to death in his residence near St. Petersburg as a result of the widespread power outages in the region. The death of Vladislav Shevashkevich, a police officer, was discovered on January 3 in his residence in Vyborg in the Leningrad region, according to his family members who spoke with the Russian news network 78.ru. About 76 miles northwest of St. Petersburg, close to the border with Finland, is Vyborg. The Vyborg district reportedly started experiencing power outages on December 29. During that period, power companies informed the public that the lack of electricity was caused by the weight of snow on the electrical lines. As reported by 78.ru by Shevashkevich's brother-in-law, the last time anyone heard from him was on January 1. Relatives and a district police officer went to Shevashkevich's house 2 days later, knocked down the door, and discovered him dead inside, according to 78.ru. An inquiry into the death of Shevashkevich is ongoing, and Newsweek was unable to confirm the report. The Kremlin's press office was contacted via email with a request for comment. Thousands of people in Russia are without heat in these below-freezing weather after power disruptions were recorded in multiple locations in the past few days. Russians have resorted to using gas stoves, heaters, and even starting fires outside in order to stay warm, according to videos that have gone viral on the internet. Rostov, St. Petersburg, Voronezh, and Volgograd were all affected by such power outages last week. A heating main burst at the Klimovsk specialized ammunition plant on January 4, causing approximately tens of thousands of power outages in Moscow alone. As a result, Russian President Vladimir Putin called for the nationalization of the facility, which is located about 30 miles south of Moscow. According to 78.ru, 2 retail malls in Russia's second-largest city, St. Petersburg, were forced to close on Sunday due to power outages. Additionally, hundreds of residences were said to have been without light, water, or heating for multiple days. On Wednesday, over half of Omsk, a city in south-central Russia, lost power, rendering nearly half of the city unheated. Authorities in the area claimed that most people had their power back on within 30 minutes after the disruptions, which they attributed to an emergency shutdown at the Tavricheskaya substation, but the Russian forces battling in Ukraine might actually profit from the sub-zero conditions. On Thursday, the United Kingdom's Defense Ministry indicated that the terrain may be frozen, making cross-country travel easier for tanks and armored vehicles, which might increase Moscow's prospects of pushing forward along the front lines. Russia has detained a former ally of Navalny who supports Putin's military efforts. Arrested and accused of justifying terrorism is a well-known Russian left-wing political activist. The regional governor reported that 11 people were injured, including a critically injured individual, after a hotel located in the heart of Kharkiv was hit by 2 missiles fired by Russia. The Baltic tour by Zelensky is coming to an end. The Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, is likely to return to Kyiv soon after wrapping off his whistle-stop visit of the Baltic republics. The president met with Estonian leaders this morning after a visit to Vilnius yesterday. His last destination was Riga, Latvia, where he claimed to have had meaningful talks with Edgars Rinkēvičs, his counterpart. "I am grateful to Latvia for the latest military aid package for Ukraine and a clear understanding that the strength of Ukrainian warriors, positions, and future is the strength that secures Latvia's independence as well," he stated following the discussion. The latest Latvian aid package will be unveiled by President Rinkēvičs shortly. "It is so important for us, Latvia, and all of our partners to continue working in the most coordinated, effective way possible, and with maximum effort to defeat Russia," said President Zelensky. President Zelensky has been quick to note that nations like Latvia, Moldova, and Estonia are vulnerable to additional Russian expansion efforts in the event that his country falls. Since the Russian invasion in February 2022, Latvia has been a steadfast ally of Ukraine. All Nordic states Latvia and Estonia are members of NATO. Around the city of Bakhmut, fighting is still going on. On this map, you can see that the Ukrainian General Staff claimed this morning that they had successfully repelled an attack near Klishchivka, which is located about 8 kilometers southwest of Optin. In its daily report, The Russian Defense Ministry failed to identify any military operations taking place in the region.